Hello, 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 everyone. We are super excited. We are coming back again with another Facebook Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to give a little time for people to come on. I am Octavia Connor, and we are going to get started in just a second. As you're coming in, make sure that you say hello, hello, hello. Let us know that you are joining us as well. And I have again Shaniece M. Wise with me as well for our session today. So welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming on our Facebook Live. We'll get started in just a second. Once again.
All right. Hey, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for coming on. We're going to be discussing the team that you need around you as you cross the $1 million mark in business. So we're going to be outlining the team members that you need around you as you cross the $1 million mark in business. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure that you share this on your social media outlets as well. So we'll get started in just a second. Thank you for saying hello.
All right. All right. Well, Octavia, you ready?
Cross the $1 million mark in business. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure that you share this on your.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Octavia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Well, y'all, welcome back. My name is Shaniece M. Wise, and I have Octavia, who is amazing. She's going to introduce herself here in a minute. We're so grateful to all of you who are taking the time to join. And just like Octavia said, please share this, because this message may not be for you, but it may be for someone that's following you. And like Octavia shared, we have powered up. We are some amazing women, and we have powered up to share with you why crossing the $1 million mark is not always profitable. And the reason we say that is because we have worked with business owners, and we still work with business owners who we're working with them in order to show them how to have a profit in their business. Because previously to coming with us, they had $1 million businesses or six-figure businesses, and they were barely seeing anything. I'm talking about no moolah, no extra cash, no profit, no nothing. But their business is hitting $1 million. Their business is doing well, but the CEO is secretly just surviving. Mm-hmm. So my name is Shaniece M. Wise, and I am a business expansion coach and strategist. And I work with business owners, and I teach them how to transform their profits in order to earn excess cash flow. Excess cash flow, diversifying their businesses, making sure that they have multiple sources of income so their business runs the proper way in order for them to thrive and not just survive. So thank you again for joining, and I'm going to turn it over to Octavia.
Hello, everyone. As Shaniece mentioned, thank you so much for joining. And as you're coming in, make sure that you say hello and that you share this on your social media platforms. I am Octavia Connor. I am a virtual CFO that helps six-figure businesses cross the $1 million mark sooner than they think by providing strategic insight and high-level financial management support. I make financial management fun so that all areas of your business operates in a natural flow. And what I have learned with working with multi-six-figure businesses over the years is that crossing the $1 million mark is a great accomplishment, but it's nothing like crossing the $1 million mark and still not having the right pieces together in order to sustain longevity as a $1 million business owner. It's nothing like crossing the $1 million mark and the cash flow is not where you need it to be, or you do not have the support and the team around you to bounce ideas off of, and you feel stressed and you feel alone. So today we're going to discuss the key members that should be on your board of directors as you earn that $1 million in business so that you can sustain longevity as a $1 million business owner. And one of the top members that we're going to talk about today is a business attorney, which is highly important as you begin to increase your revenue, and make sure that you have a business that is operating legally, ethically, and morally. A business attorney will assist with that. One of the great benefits of having a business attorney is that they will ensure that your business structure and your contracts are developed that in a way that has your best interests in mind, right? They want to make sure that you have the correct business structure as a $1 million business owner, because when you join our webinar, you will learn why some of the business structures, such as an LLC or an S Corp or a sole proprietor, there are some that are not going to benefit you as a $1 million business owner. And a business attorney can assist with transitioning to the right structure that you need for your business. Shaniece, would you like to add anything with that?
Yeah, having a business owner, I mean, a business lawyer, attorney, and I once asked my lawyer, I'm like, what do you want us to call you, a lawyer or attorney? And they're like, whatever, it means the same thing. So just so those of you following us, is they're the same person. But it gives me a sense of peace to have my lawyer.
Yes, yes, yes.
Especially because I deal with a lot of contracts and, business to business connecting. It's just having a business lawyer as we grow and develop, as my coaching firm grows and develops, it's just so important. And having a lawyer will improve your ability to understand legal issues. Because if you're watching us, if you're joining us and you're serious about growing your business, having a lawyer, I would say, is numero uno. Okay. Because understanding legal issues, you understanding them now. So in the future, because things do happen, it's so important to have it in place so you plan for the future, knowing the different things that can come up. You may have a client that doesn't pay you. You may have a client that, does, horrible things with their business. You just never, ever know what is going to occur. So certain situations really make it necessary for business owners to involve their lawyers. And if you already have a lawyer that is on your payroll, you don't have to take the time to go find one. You don't have to take the time to go find one. Wouldn't you agree, Octavia?
I would definitely agree, because a business attorney can help you prevent costly mistakes and eliminate growth barriers. It's nothing like that financial peace of mind in knowing that I can reach out to this person and they are an expert in an area that I am not an expert in. And I don't have to think of an answer or a solution to a problem from an emotional standpoint, because I have this team around me. I have a business attorney that's going to take an objective look at my business and what steps I need to take and the solutions to my problems, and give me that honest advice so that I make the right decision, so that, again, I either cross the $1 million mark or that I remain across the $1 million mark. I remain a $1 million business owner for years to come. And that's one of the benefits of having a business attorney. And when you register for the webinar, we're actually going to deep dive into some of the other key players you need on your board of directors as a $1 million business owner. Now, today, we're just touching on some of the key players. And one of the key players, again, is a business attorney, a business lawyer. They both mean the same, but I would recommend that is someone that, as Shaniece mentioned, that you enlist their services ASAP. Because if you are sending out, for example, contracts to your customers or your clients, you definitely want to make sure that your contract is written in a way that it benefits you, but also is fair to your customers and your clients. And that is where a business attorney will become an asset to your organization because they can help you with things like that.
It's so true. It's so true. And a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we think we know everything, and we don't. We're gifted in specific areas. And entrepreneurs have many concerns when starting and running a business, whether, and one of the biggest is whether they should hire an attorney. And for a long time, I ran from it. I ran from it. And something in my spirit said, Shaniece, hire an attorney. The way you're growing, the way you're expanding, how you're having contracts, and you're doing business to business and people to people, business anyways. At the end of the day, you need some type of contract in place. And I don't know how many of you, and you can put a comment if you're running from a lawyer. If you are hiring one, I get it. I get it, but it's necessary. So as we're talking and as we're sharing, please leave a comment. Those of you who are serious, you may be following us and listening right now, and you're not really serious about running your business and it's a hobby. That's fine. But today we are talking to those business owners that desire to hit six figures. They desire to hit seven figures, and they want to make sure on the back end, they set their business up right. And they have the key players on their team, their board of directors, like Octavia said, in order to thrive. Because let me tell you, I have come across, and I'm sure Octavia can speak on this here in a second, business owners who've had to backtrack because they did not have a business attorney or lawyer on their team, and they got sued. Money was not paid. The different things went on inside with maybe their employees. Oh my goodness, one of my clients dealt with an employee quitting and then saying something wrongfully was happening, and if she had not have had a lawyer and the paperwork filled out, she would have probably had to pay 50,000 in lawyer fees. So having a lawyer right now saves you from future things that will exist. I'm telling y'all now, the bigger you get, the higher you grow, the more people you work with, because your goal is to thrive. You don't want to just play average. You will come up against different situations where you will be like, oh my goodness, why didn't I hire a lawyer? So Octavia and I are trying to keep you from that, because our title is so profound when it comes to why crossing the $1 million mark is not always profitable. And that's a reason why, because something happens and you have to pay lawyer fees, lawyer attorneys, and you see yourself, you may have hit $1 million that year because of everything that has occurred, your profit is barely anything. So anything that I say, anything that Octavia says, please leave it in our comments. Any questions that you have, our goal is to serve you on today. We want to be a blessing to you because God has equipped us with the knowledge and the information that we have in order to serve you as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. So, Octavia, can you piggyback off of anything?
Yeah, you touched on some great pointers. One of the things that we're both passionate about, as Shaniece mentioned, is not only helping business owners cross the $1 million mark in business, but also have a profitable, successful business. Because again, I can't stress enough that is one thing to cross the $1 million mark, but it's another thing to cross the $1 million marks and have no cash flow available, to cross the $1 million mark and have no profit margins, or really, really low profit margins, or worse, a negative profit margins, or crossing the $1 million mark and you still feel alone. You should have a lifestyle that benefits from the growth of your business. So as you build your business and you begin to have maybe larger deals or larger partnerships, you want to make sure that you have a business attorney, because again, they can direct you on the best decisions for you to make, right? In addition to that, I not only think that you should have a business attorney, but I feel you should have a business coach. You should have a business coach or a virtual CF and a virtual CFO that are 2 to 10 steps ahead of you, right? And the reason why is because they're able to help you not make some of the mistakes that they have made, right? They're able to help you shortcut your path to success, right? Make your cricket path straight because they've traveled that road, they've traveled that journey, and they can help you. I am amazed at how my business coach has helped me. Right. And I am amazed at how when I work with clients and they're benefiting from the services that we've offered them because we are an expert that maybe we're expert in an area that maybe they're not an expert in. And that's totally okay because that's the people that you know that you should add to your team. I'm not an expert in branding and marketing. So that's the reason why I need Shaniece on my team because she can then help me in areas that I'm struggling in. Right. So Shaniece, do you want to
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, that's so awesome. I want to read. I was doing some research before our live today, and I want to. This is from the Wall Street Journal, and I want you, if you're following, if you're listening,
Shaniece want to
yeah,
kind of
can you hear me? We good?
yeah, we're good.
Okay. So I want you to write this down. Write this down if you're following. Okay. So all type of businesses need lawyers to provide them with legal guidance regarding aspects such as contracts. Any type of business transaction requires varying levels of negotiations, document preparation, and reviews. So I'm kind of going back to that business lawyer, just so you have some nuggets to take away with you from today. Okay. Among the business matters that lawyers are usually hired for are negotiating and reviewing legally binding agreements. Okay. The process of creating business contracts involves exchanging information between different parties. This precedes discussions, negotiations, and eventually signing an agreement. Business lawyers can be hired to oversee the process and get involved with negotiating the contracts. They make sure the contract is valid and in order for it to be legally binding. So while you may not always need a lawyer, listen to this, to help navigate you through the entire journey of running your business, preventing, that's circle that word, preventing future problems is vital for your business. You may be able to handle small business matters on your own, but there are legal issues that require a lawyer's professional assistance. I'm going to read that again because I needed to sit in your spirit. While you may not always need a lawyer to help you navigate your entire journey of running your business, preventing future problems is a vital step for your business. Take it from Octavia and myself. Preventing future problems is non-negotiable. You may be able to handle some business matters on your own, but there are legal issues that require a lawyer's professional assistance. So piggybacking off of what Octavia said, a lawyer is very, very important, but also someone like myself as a business expansion coach and Octavia as a virtual CFO, it is necessary. It is necessary. I will say this forever. If a woman like Oprah Winfrey has 3 business coaches, then you are not exempt because you're not even in this. None of us, not yet, are in the place where she is at. Do we desire to get there? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the reason I'm saying that to you is because this is a woman who is a billionaire and she still knows that she doesn't know everything.
Mhm.
You don't know everything. And at the end of the day, if you're wondering why your business is not succeeding or it's not growing at the, like, you should be living free. You should be running a business and living free. I just got back from Vegas celebrating my girlfriend's 50th birthday. And I was able to go in freedom because I know my business is set up and is running the right way because I have a virtual CFO, because I have a business coach, because I have put my team of my board of directors together and I've invested for future benefits. So at the end of the day, someone like myself and Octavia are non-negotiable, but only for those who truly desire to transform their profits, those who truly desire to up level their success, those who true and they're not worried about the dollar sign when it comes to investing, because the type of women that Octavia and I are, we challenge you to up level yourself. We challenge you to stretch yourself. Our goal, like 6 figures, that's not even the stopping place. Our goal is to get you to 7 figures, but not falling in that trap of 50% of other business owners who are not successfully running 6 to 7 figures in businesses. So at the end of the day, it's just we are necessary. Wouldn't you say the same thing, Octavia? Can you share with them an example of maybe someone, Octavia, who you talked to and they were interested in your services, and then they didn't invest in your services, and a year later they were in the same place, and they signed up with you a year later, but you could have prevented stuff if they had started with you in the first place? Can you share with them a story or give an example?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I have the perfect example in mind. And before I share that example, I just want to, let everyone know that you definitely want to make sure that you're proactive at operating your business and not reactive. And a lot of times people will not invest in those key players until something happens, right? And that means that you're reactive. But you want to have things in place, as Shaniece mentioned, you want to have that team supporting you before anything ever occurs. So now that you're prepared for it, you're operating proactively as a successful business owner, so that when you cross that $1 million mark, you remain there for years to come. A perfect example of a client that I met with a year before he actually started working with us. He needed someone to help him manage his books. He needed someone to help him understand his numbers and then use that information to accelerate his company to the next level. We met, he enjoyed our complimentary financial assessment that we offer all of our clients or potential clients, and he really wanted to sign up. But he decided, for whatever reason, I'm just not going to do it right now. I can do this on my own, or I can find someone that'll do it for me that is not at the investment level that Octavia is on. So I'm just going to move on with someone else. And a year later, 1 year later, he called me. And he said, I made one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made in my business. And, I hadn't talked to him in over a year, so I really didn't know what he was referring to. I kind of had a clue, but I didn't know what he was referring to. And he said that I ended up signing. Well, at first I started handling my books on my own. It became too much. So I decided to go with someone else that was promising the world at a very, very low cost. And in the end, I am in a worse position than I was in when I originally spoke with you. And he said, I shouldn't have never, ever done that. And he went ahead and he signed up with us that day. And his company accelerated faster, but we had to clean up the books, clean up the mess, and then place him on the right path to financial success in his business. And I have his testimony all over my website because his testimony shows that you have to invest in yourself by working with someone that, again, is going to not have an emotional attachment to your business, but someone that's going to provide you with the expert and the knowledge in areas that you're not an expert in, right? So if you are, let's say, an interior designer, for an example, or a consultant, then you're an expert in that area. You're gifted in that area. But maybe other areas, such as writing contracts, or negotiating deals, maybe you're not an expert in that area. So that's where a business attorney will help you. They're on your team to help you grow. Maybe you're not an expert in reading financial reports. So that's where a virtual CFO will help you. And I'm sure Shaniece can add to where a person of her expertise can help you, where that way you can spend 90% of your time on revenue generating activities. So I'll let Shaniece add how she can further help you in your business to not only earn $1 million, but remain $1 million business owner for years to come. So.
That I love that. I love that. And for me, my goal is to make sure that your business thrives, has multiple areas of income that's coming in, that's connected to your gift, to make sure a lot of the business owners that come to me that are looking to expand, they're leaking because they're leaving money on the table and they have different business gaps. And this is the thing. When I say, tell me about your brand, their brand story is totally different than their ideal client. So I really work with them to focus in on exactly who it is their ideal clients are. And once you know that, it's easier to work with someone like Octavia because she'll help you grow your money. It's easier to have a business lawyer because you're setting up your key contracts and doing the right, having the right systems in place. But as a business owner, no matter, and this is why I tell people, the strategies that got you to 100,000 are not going to be the same systems and strategies that get you to 500,000. And then what gives you to 500,000 is not going to be the same strategies that get you to million. Every level of growth, you're going to need to implement a higher level strategy, if that makes sense. And not only on the business side, but the financial side, because it opens you up into different areas. Octavia will be able to tell you different areas where she can help you invest your money, how your payroll, your tax brackets, like it's just every area is up leveling you and yourself, right? So at the end of the day, you all, we're here to share with you that a business lawyer, it is very important to have an attorney on your board of directors. And we just gave you small nuggets in regards to what we're going to share on Tuesday, February 26th at 12 o'clock p.m. And y'all register. The link is in the description. Register ASAP, because and it's free. It's free. Like, you cannot beat that. We're going to bombard you with free information that will possibly change your entire life. So register today. Don't push it out. Register. Put it in your calendar. Learn why crossing the $1 million mark is not always profitable. We'll just continue our conversation on, more in-depth reasons why you need a lawyer on your team. We'll talk about the other people the other board of directors that you need, your other team members on your team. We'll deep dive into what we do. Octavia on the financial side, me on the business expansion and development side. You don't want to miss this type of a live webinar, because it will be all the way live. So Octavia, do you want to leave them with any information before I close us out?
Well, I just want to piggyback off of all of the great advice that you just provided them. Again, if you enjoyed today's Facebook Live, then you're definitely going to enjoy the free webinar. So you want to go ahead and secure your seat. We have several people that have already registered, and we have to close it off at 50. So we are broadcasting this on Facebook. We are sharing this on YouTube, on all over the social media platforms. So we're definitely going to have more than 50 people that want to join, but only 50 people will be able to get in. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and click the link in the description, and that you secure your space, you secure your spot for our live webinar, because we're not only going to go over how to cross the $1 million mark in business, right? But we're going to show you why you must make sure that you're profitable when you cross that $1 million mark. We're going to give you the pieces to the puzzle so that you don't have to guess how to do it. So you definitely want to click the link. Go ahead and click the link right now and secure your spot for our live webinar on February 26th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope that you enjoyed today's Facebook Live. If you are watching the replay, make sure that as you're coming in, as well as you're watching a replay, say hello. Let us know that you're here with us. Ask us questions, leave comments, because we're going to often come back and check to see if anyone has asked any questions or left any comments, because we want to make sure that you have everything that you need. Right? We want to serve you at our highest capacity. We want to make sure that 2019 is the most profitable, successful year in your business. And you can cross that $1 million mark, and you can remain a $1 million business owner for years to come. But one of the ways to achieve that is that you join us for our live webinar, where we're going to, again, give you the pieces to the puzzle so that it becomes easier for you. So I cannot stress enough that you need to click the link so that you secure your spot for our live webinar. I am Octavia Connor, your virtual CFO. I have enjoyed chatting with everyone today. I'll be coming back again to reply to any of your comments and any of your questions as you leave them below. And I look forward to joining you for our live webinar on February the 26th at 12 p.m.
Okay, well, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it all. My name is Shaniece Wines, and I am your business expansion coach and strategist. And I'm just super excited. So love you all. We appreciate you joining us. Again, please share, 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 and have an amazing God-inspired day today. Thanks, Octavia.
All right. Thank you very much. Toodles.
Toodles.